Welcome back friend. Today we discuss about the micronutrient, the next chapter from the CNCC program. Okay, so the micronutrient, this is a part 1 of the micronutrient. Micronutrient, yummy, means what? The nutrient that you require in a large quantity for the body. Okay, so whatever the nutrient that require body in a large quantity or in large amount, that is called what? Micronutrient. So here the micronutrient, number 1 is carbohydrate, number 2 is a water. Okay, this is first we discuss, then we discuss about the next. Okay, that is protein and fat, we discuss in next micronutrient. Okay, so micronutrient in first, this is carbohydrate and water. So let's get started. Number 1, the digestion and absorption, then the utilization of food, an overview of how the digestion takes place and their absorption is what, then how the food is utilized. Okay, all that means when we taken the food, then what happened in our body, then how that is utilized by our body, that is overview. Now we have to see. Okay, as you already know that, that's why I'm taking something fast, because digestive system as already you learn. Okay, because I'm learning you the MSc, this is the MSc nutrition channel. So as you know that you are a BSc student or you are watching the 12th student, then what, you already know that's why I'm taking now fast. Okay, so process that first of all, what is meant by digestion? So what is digestion? The process that complex substance like carb, protein, fat in a food are broken down into the smaller substance which the body can use it, what, use the body can take in and use. Okay, take in and use. Then water, mineral and vitamins. This water, mineral and vitamin, this is not vital. Okay, this is a vitamin. So water, mineral, vitamin are directly absorb. Okay, then other, this is carb, that's why we're talking about carb, protein and fat. These are the complex, so they are what, further broken down to smaller unit, then that is can absorb. Okay, so body can use it. Then now the digestion is, how digestion is takes place. So the topic goes to the digestion, this is definition. Then how digestion takes place. So food is taken from the mouth. Okay, food is taken in the mouth, then what happened to that mixed with the salivary gland is present in our what, different salivary gland is present, and that salivary gland is what, secreted as saliva. Then saliva mixed, food is mixed with saliva, then saliva contain amylase, as you know that. Then amylase convert the complex polysaccharide is converted into the what, disaccharide, means partial breakdown of here what, carbohydrate takes place. Then that enter in, that swallow by the, yes, swallow and then enter into the esophagus, then esophagus, from the esophagus enter into the stomach. In stomach what happens, the food mixes with the gastric juices and protein is partly broken by the pepsin enzyme, and then HCl, hydrolytic enzyme is yes, HCl is released in the stomach by the gastric enzyme cheap cell. Okay, then from the stomach, the food material, that partially digested food material from the stomach is entered into the small intestine. In the small intestine, different secretions of the pancreas and the liver secretion, different secretion of pancreas, liver are mixes here in a small intestine. So from the liver, from the liver, the bile is secreted into the small intestine, and then from the pancreas, the pancreatic juices enter into the what, small intestine. In the small intestine, the complete digestion of the what, complete digestion of what, food is takes place, means broken down of food is takes place in small intestine. In small intestine, what, the starch is converted into glucose, and the protein is converted into the amino acid, then the fat is converted into the smaller unit like fatty acid. Okay, and the nutrient is absorbed in small intestine, and from the what, villi like structure from the wall of intestine is absorbed in the wall of intestine, and in the wall of intestine what, the blood vessel is present, and from the small intestine is enter into the blood, yes, enter into the bloodstream. Then the whatever the waste material or the undigested material that's enter into the small intestine and then passes out. Okay, this is all about digestion. Okay, this is all about how the digestion of food is takes place in short. Okay, next one, how is here the beautiful diagram is given. This is a very beautiful diagram, shows here this is a one station, this is a second station, this is a bus. So bus is a vehicle. Okay, so what happened here? Okay, small intestine, and this is the body cell, and this is what, the bus is showing the blood. Okay, so from the small intestine, in a small intestine, what digestion of complete digestion of food is takes place, means food is converted into smaller unit, like protein is converted into amino acid, fat is converted into fatty acid, then the carbohydrate, complex carbohydrate converted into glucose, that is simple form. So all this is nutrient in a simple form. This is absorbed from small intestine into what? Blood. And they all are sitting here, as you see here, they all are sitting in this bus, means in a blood. Okay, and blood is act like a vehicle, and this blood then reach all these nutrient to what? To the cell, like in muscle cell, nerve cell, kidney cell, all the body cell, then they transport all this nutrient to the body cell. Okay, and then body cell how utilize these nutrient, then this body cell how utilize the nutrient. Now we have to see utilization of food. So body cell what do with this nutrient? They do metabolism with this nutrient, means they break these nutrient, this glucose they break. For example, glucose is break to release the energy, chemical energy from the glucose, or the, for example, from the amino acid they make something new protein for to build their cell, or when they damage they repair their self. Okay, so use them for the catabolism or anabolism, means to something make. Catabolism means to break or release energy, or anabolism to make something constructive, is a constructive process, so make something new protein, new fat for them. Okay, then new amino acid, okay, whatever that they takes place. So metabolism, all the chemical changes that takes place in a cell after the end product of the digestion are absorbed, that is a metabolism. So all the chemical changes takes place where? In a cell, when the food material is absorbed from the blood into the cell. Okay, that is the utilization of food. Just food is utilized to make something, or to release energy, to fulfill the body needs, energy need, protein need, all that need. Okay, then now the point is started, the carbohydrate. What is carbohydrate and what it is? Okay, so carbohydrate is what? There are mainly three types of carbohydrate. Okay, sugar, starch and fiber. This is a three. Okay, sugar, starch and fiber. Okay, so sugar means what? Table sugar, that is we use in our tea or in a coffee or whatever, that is a tea sugar, or that is table sugar. Okay, that is a what? Sugar that we use in our in our home, that is what? That is a sucrose, that is sugar. Okay, then the starches, as you already know that. Then starches, starch means, in starch what comes? Rice, wheat, maize, tapioca, means what? Sabudana, tapioca. Okay, then the fiber is what? For example, the cellulose is a fiber, different from the starch. Fiber is different from starch. Linkage, okay, linkage between the glucose unit in what? Cellulose is different. Okay, linkage between the glucose, okay, is different. Glycosidic linkage between the two glucose unit, okay, two monosaccharide unit, that is a different. Okay, now classification of carbohydrate. So carbohydrate is classified into mainly two. Number one is available, other is a non-available carbohydrate. So what is available and what is non-available carbohydrate? So an available carbohydrate comes with the sugar and the starch. Okay, the sugar and starch is what? Is a available carbohydrate, because they are what? Digestible carbohydrate is called, means that is absorbed in our blood, that is a digestible. So that is called available carbohydrate. The non-available carbohydrate means what? That non-digestible, or body not break down them into the smaller unit, not break down, that is a non-available carbohydrate. For example, fiber is a non-available carbohydrate, our body not absorb fiber. Okay, not absorb, because they're non-digestible. If they're not digest not broken down to smaller unit, how our body utilize? That's why they are waste material. They are waste, but they are very useful. They are this fiber is passes out into the stool. Okay, but they are very important for our body. How? We can see now. Okay, so available carbohydrate first. So available carbohydrate means sugar and starches. Okay, so sugar and starch is an example of available carbohydrate, that is a digestible carbs. Okay, and Carbohydrate, now I'm called carbs only. Okay, carb, not I'm saying the carbohydrate, I'm just say carbs, just say carbs. Okay, so cereal like wheat, rice, millets like jowar, bajra, ragi, then root, potato, tapioca, sweet potato, yam, then the Calosakia, this is not in, I don't know about this. Okay, then tuber, some fruits. Okay, some fruits like mango and banana, all contain what? Sugar and starches. Like cereal, this wheat and rice contain what? Starches. Jowari and these contain starches, as you know that. But this root and these what? These also contain polysaccharide. Okay, starches. Then the what? Fruits like mango, these contain the sugars like sucrose, yes, fructose, sucrose. Okay, then sweeteners like candy sugar, jaggery, honey, all these are example of what? The sugar or starch containing. These all contain what? Sucrase. Okay, sugar candy contain sucrase, jaggery contain the what? Sucrase. Okay, honey contain the what? Honey contain the sucrase. Okay, honey contain the sugar. Okay, so this is all about, these all sugar, candy, jaggery, honey contain 90 to 95% of sugar. Our topic is not available carbohydrate, which is what? That is digestible, and these are the all examples of that. These are the all sources that contain the sugar and starches. Okay, now next function of these available carbohydrate is what? For the energy giving. 1 gram of carbohydrate, this 2 times I'm writing, this is a what? Writing mistake. Okay, so 1 gram of carbohydrate, carbs contain 4 kilocalorie of calorie. Okay, the source of energy. Then the 60 to 70% of total calories in our diet. So our body get energy, say 70% of energy from the carbs. Okay, or 60%. Then a kilocalories unit is a measure in a measurement of what? Energy. This is calorie unit. Kilocalorie is a measurement of energy. Then what is 1 kilocalorie? Is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilo of the water by the 1 degree. That is called a 1 kilocalories. All these unit, how that takes place, all these we discuss in what? When we discuss the diet plan. Then I am explain you all about this, what is this calorie, what happened, all this I am discuss. Okay, just now remember 1 gram of carbohydrate gives you a 4 kilocalories of energy. Okay, then means energy giving function, they broken down and release the energy. That is the one function of available carbohydrate. Then what? Protein sparing action means what? This protein sparing, okay, action means what? Means what? When a carbohydrate is present insufficient, when carbohydrate in our body is insufficient, then our body adapt themselves then, or they break the protein and release the energy. When the we are in a starvation condition, as you already heard this word, starvation means our body not contain carbohydrate or not enough food, then our body utilize the protein for the energy production. Okay, then the utilization of food, that is protein sparing. Okay, then utilization of fat. What is utilization of fat? So how fat utilized? Prevent the body from the broken down too much fat. Okay, so prevent the body from broken down too much fat, utilization of fat. Okay, deficiency of carb, this is also similar. When the deficiency of carb, when the starvation of carbohydrate in our body, when in a deficiency of carb in our body, then our body use sometime protein. Mainly first choice is a fat. If the carbohydrate is less in our body or deficiency, then our body utilizes fat to need to complete or to fulfill the energy need from the fat. Utilize fat to release the energy or utilize protein to release the energy. But first choice is a fat and the second choice is a protein. Okay, then what? Then the excess of fat broken down can result in accumulation of byproduct of fat metabolism and cause a problem affect in a health. Okay, so excess fat broken down can result in what? Accumulation of byproduct of fat metabolism. Okay, so if the excess fat utilized, if our body not contain carbohydrate, or we not get a food, carbohydrate rich food, if not get a food or deficiency of carbohydrate. If you're not getting food, then our body utilize fat in our body for the energy production. At that time, if you not get a food longer time, then what our body utilize fat again and again for the energy production, and this fat metabolism releases some maybe that substance is what they calling, they are toxic. Okay, so this excessive utilization of fat what releases some byproduct. After when the fat is broken down and release the energy, then the byproduct is formed, and that byproduct deposit in our body and cause the health issues. Okay, so find out what is that deposit, what is that. Okay, so find out, this is a question for you. Find out that product, okay, that broken down, when fat broken down, when excess fat is broken down, then which product is formed, which byproduct is formed that cause a health problem. Okay, that accumulate and cause health problem. Find out answer of this question. Okay, find out that byproduct. This is a question for you. Next is a non-available carbohydrate. Okay, this we discuss in next video. I hope you like this video, or I hope you okay, so I hope you like this video. Thank you.